First show of 2019, so we're going to be casting our on the year just past, choosing our favourite moments, also sharing some of yours, and then of course the year ahead.
And we'll be sharing your photos and picking out some of our favourite pain cave pictures. We'll also be sharing our thoughts on favourite moments and performances from 2018.
And what a year it has been. We reached the 100,000 subscriber marker and then 150,000, so thank you very much for your support on that one. We did the Kona underpants run. Mark raced on foot against Cy Richardson on bike.
That was a very good challenge.
The list goes on from this year.
Yeah, but Heather, did anything else of significance happen this year?
Yes. We challenged the Ironman Lanzarote course record. I went and had a tour of the Polar Factory, spoke to loads of top pros.
Xterra Malta?
Yes.
Oh.
Yes, we did so much, didn't we?
Yeah, brilliant.
Wait a minute, I joined.
Yeah. To be fair, it has actually been fantastic having Fraser joining the team, coming straight off, fresh from his pro long course racing. So thanks for joining us, mate.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah, thank you. And keep an eye out because there are a lot of challenges coming up for next year, and Fraser is definitely going to be getting his hands dirty.
It's that time of year when there are awards, so we thought that we would have our own, and that's where you come in, because although we've got our own, these awards are determined by...
Yeah, we've got 5 categories here. We've got the short course male and short course female. We've got long course male and female, and the biggest comeback of the year. And your decision is final, as kindly voted by you over our social media channels. But before we reveal the winner from our golden envelopes, we're also going to have our say. We
are indeed, and we're going to start off with the standout performance of short course for the men. And let's hear our opinions. Mark, who did it for you? I'm going to go outside the box here. I'm going to go with Jacob Birtwistle. And just because I've been absolutely amazed by his performances over the last 2 years, actually. But this year he got second at the Commonwealth Games. He had 3 WTS podiums, also won the mixed team relay at the Commonwealth Games, and 2 other podiums, mixed team relays in WTS. So I just think he's got an absolutely incredible future ahead of him, and I thought this year was really impressive. Okay, well I'm going to go for Vincent Louis, and I think his performances were also backed up by the team mixed relay. I mean, part of the French team that won the World Championships, so got that title this year, and definitely wants to watch, but also that he defended his title at the Grand Final. Hasn't yet done the series, but he finished second in the series, so for me it was Vincent Louis. What about yourself, Fraser? I'm going to be a little bit biased and stick with a Scottish theme, so I'm going to say Mark Austin, because he came third at Commonwealth Games in the Gold Coast. But significantly, I think, he was the first British athlete to ever beat both of the Brownlees, Alistair and Johnny, in the same race. Something's been done before by others, but not by Brit, and there's been some pretty good British athletes over the years tried to do that. So yeah, I'm going to stick with Mark, and a bit like you were saying with Jacob, young lad. Yeah. Cool, well, that's our opinions, but more importantly, we want to know what you guys thought. And we have our nominations, and the short list is in the top 3 in no particular order: Alistair Brownlee, Vincent Louis, and Mario Mola. So it's now time to find out what's inside the golden envelope. Okay, who's going to do the honours? Fraser? Sure. Let us know who wins the people's vote. The winner was Vincent Louis. Very good, yeah. Good shout. Well, now, short course female. And for this one, would you like to go first, Heather? I would, yes. I have chosen Lauren Steadman, a PTS 5 athlete, and she's won several World Championship silver medals, but this year, in 2018, she actually overcame her nemesis, Grace Norman, and got the top spot, so she became World Champion in the PTS 5 category. But her achievements actually went far beyond the triathlon field, so to speak, because she made it to the semi-final of the British sort of dancing show that's on a Saturday night, Strictly Come Dancing, and showed her expertise on the dance floor as well. She did very well in that as well. Yeah. Fraser, what about you? I'm actually going to pick
Swiss athlete, Nicola Spirig, because she's a bit like Phoenix Rising. She just keeps coming back and doing even better than she did before.
She is strong.
And this year she won her 6th European title,
incredible.
and she's 36 years old, so I just think that's really kind of cool.
Yeah, hats off to her. And I'm going to go for Vicky Holland, and that's because, well, A, she's a local athlete, friend of the channel, but also because, I mean, she's just had an incredible year. She's had 5 WTS podiums, 3 of which were wins, and then won the World Championships. The title.
Can't argue with that, can you?
Yeah, I mean, that's impressive.
Yeah.
So that's what we thought, but what about you guys at home? So you voted for, in the short course female category, Katie Zaferes, Flora Duff, Vicky Holland. So the winner was...
Go for this one.
Let us know.
It was Katie Zaferes.
Well done, Katie. Woo.
And now for the long course male.
It is, yeah. Okay, well, getting us started with the male long course athlete of the year, I'm going to go with Jan Frodeno. Now, he had an incredible performance at Ironman Frankfurt. He also won Challenge Taiwan, 70.3 Kwai and obviously most importantly, he became world champion again at 70.3. But sadly, obviously, we didn't get to see him compete at Kona because injury did hamper his year. But still, I couldn't look past those other performances.
Oh, phenomenal year for him still.
Yeah, I think we're going to see a lot more to come.
Hope so.
Yeah, what have you gone for?
I went for, I guess a little bit obviously, but Patrick Lang, because...
Oh, you guys are boring.
although he actually didn't win a race all year, if he was going to win one, I'd say he was pretty happy to be on the top step of the podium at Kona for the 2nd consecutive year. Yeah. So I'm pretty sure Patrick doesn't really care about the rest of the races he didn't
what
win.
fashion to do it in as well.
Exactly, yeah.
Well, I am.
So have you gone, go on.
I am going to go outside the box. So again, trust me, I'm going to go for Alex Zanardi. Because, well, it may not be a name that you're all that familiar with, but he actually broke the disability Ironman record this year in a time of 8 hours and 26 minutes, breaking his previous record, which he also held the world record for, by over half an hour. Now, his background is really quite impressive. He was an F1 driver. In 2001, was involved in quite a horrific crash, had his legs amputated. Then in the 2012 Olympic Games, Paralympic Games, he came back with 2 medals. Gold medals, and now he's gone on to triathlon. And just an incredible story, and just it in is mind-blowing.
Fair one. Well, Mark, I think you've got the shortlist there.
Who
you guys actually thought should be.
Well, we have Jan Frodeno and Patrick Lang, boring, and then we also have Daniel Sanders. But the winner, come on, Fraser, you can do this.
Okay, so long course athlete of the year 2018. Male was Jan Frodeno.
Yeah, predictable, but congratulations, Jan.
And now for the long course female athlete of the year.
It is.
I'm going to start off with Lucy Charles. Now, Lucy only, I think, raced 5 times this year, and every single race was a big race. So she either was winning or coming second in, pretty much the biggest races out there. She won the African Championships in South Africa, Ironman South Africa. At the start of the year, she won the Challenge Samarin race, which is over the 70.3 distance, and then she was second at Roth and at World 70.3s, and finally Kona. So yeah, I think she did pretty well.
Yeah, well, I think I can go one better, because when she did come second, most of the time it was to Daniela Ryf, and this woman has had an incredible year. She's really just stepped it up again. We saw a bike course record at Kona by 18 minutes. She got the overall course record at Kona by 20 minutes. And I mean, the battle that we've seen between her and Lucy has just been really incredible, and I'm really excited to see how far they're going to next year.
I loved watching it.
Yeah, well, I was a little bit torn on my decision, because I knew you guys were going to go for Daniela and Lucy. But actually, I just thought I'd pick up someone that really has impressed me more latterly, and I felt like maybe people would miss out, so I just wanted to talk about it. But Radka Kardefeld, she's just on a streak at the moment of winning races, and you can't really forget that she's also given birth earlier this year, and just 11 weeks after giving birth, in fact, she went on to win Ironman 70.3 Philippines.
Okay, so, fair enough, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that's been really impressive just to watch that, although maybe not right in the limelight. She did still get, I think, 5th at the Ironman 70.3 World Champs, so...
Yeah.
Well
pretty impressive. Well, I think it's time, that's our opinions, to find out who you nominated as the long course female athlete of the year. And the top 3, the runners-up, are Lucy Charles, Marinda Carfrae, and Daniela Reef. So the time to tell. Let's find out who the winner is. Fraser, do the honours for us.
Mark can have.
Oh, okay.
Thank you very much, Fraser. It is Daniela Reef.
Oh, yeah. Congratulations, Daniela.
And now for biggest comeback of the year.
Yeah, our final one.
Well, I'm going to start things off here, and I am going to go for Matt Russell. Now, we may all remember his horrific crash last year at the Ironman World Championships in 2017, where mid-race he was taken out by a truck and effectively left fighting for his life. And yeah, incredible comeback this year. And not just getting to the start line of the Ironman World Champs, he actually placed 6th in amongst a very, very competitive field. That is one heck of a
And he wasn't actually, he technically didn't qualify for Kona. He was the last person to not get a spot, which was agonising considering the story behind him. So actually the Ironman CEO stepped in and said, you know what, we'd love you to race.
And that leads nicely on to, I think, your nomination.
Yeah, exactly. So I've gone for Tim Don, which hopefully is an athlete that needs no introduction. And this year he became essentially known as the man with the halo because of his really bad accident that also happened at Ironman Championships last year, where he was taken out by a van or truck. So Tim couldn't race, and he essentially had to wear a medieval device for 3 to 4 months, which was basically bolted
just enduring that looked horrific.
Yeah, so he got through that huge amount of rehab and started racing again in the summer, and actually won his comeback race, a 70.3 in South America, which was really quite amazing.
Yeah, well, it's the same theme here again. Another athlete being knocked off their bike by a vehicle. I've gone for Lorenzo Bozzoni, partly because I met him recently out in Bahrain, and just seeing how he's managed to come back so quickly in 5 months. He tried to get back from Kona, didn't manage to. Realised 2 weeks out he wasn't going to be ready in time for that, but still kept the focus, and then went out to win 70.3 Western Sydney, and just 1 week later, I think he said he'd done something like 5 runs or something ridiculous, he then went and won the Ironman Western Australia just a week after doing his first race back, and I think that's quite incredible.
I'm not going to disagree with you.
All right, well, we have the nominations.
We do. So in no particular order, we have Tim Don, Lorenzo Bozzoni, and Matt Russell.
And the winner is
Tim Don.
Very good.
Well done, Tim. Well, thank you so much, guys, for your input and for voting. But I'm afraid these next couple of decisions are going to be final. That is if we can decide. And our first topic is our favourite moment from last year. Mark, do you want to start us off?
Well, other than obviously Fraser joining, mine has got to be the Ironman 70.3 World Champs in the men's race. That showdown on the run between Jan Frodeno, Alistair Brownlee, and Javier Gomez. And actually, when I was watching it, my Wi-Fi cut out as Alistair was in the lead. And then the next thing, it comes back in, and they're zooming in on Alistair. I'm like, yeah, he's still winning. And everyone's commenting, saying, oh, he's died. Yeah, so I missed out on the whole... There's literally about 3 minutes where he just dropped off the pace. But it was an incredible race, that to and throwing, and just not knowing how it was all going to end.
Really exciting stuff.
Yeah, I was glued to that too, actually, so my Wi-Fi was fine. But I'm actually going to go with another Scottish bias, I'm afraid, but my good pal David McNamee, he came third again in Ironman Hawaii. Now, by his own high standards, he had a frustrating year this year, so he had a lot to prove to himself, I suppose. But there was an awful lot of people just assumed what he had done the year before was a fluke. So for him to do it again and break the previous Kona record whilst he did it was, pretty special.
Have you got some sort of marketing thing going in Scotland?
With Scotland, Scottish tourism sponsoring Fraser.
Visit Scotland sent me an email.
I mean, I'm going for performance, but also for experience of being there to witness the performance. We were lucky enough, Mark and I, to be at that finish line in Kona, and I mean, I still get goosebumps thinking back to it, watching those records get smashed, those incredible performances, seeing that exciting racing firsthand. I mean, we were both there the year before, but I wasn't at the finish line when the pros finished. I was kind of still a few hours behind.
I mean, that would be my biggest moment, obviously, Heather.
Yeah.
Watching you.
Oh, of course, that one. I mean, but that was obviously last year. So, I'll let you off this year. So, yeah, for me, it has to be the World Championships out in Kona. I mean, we've got to come to a joint decision here.
I think I'm probably going to go with you, Heather, because that was quite. I know, unfortunately, you weren't there, but I know you were.
Oh,
Probably
but I have been there in the past, and I can't disagree that finish line is pretty special. It is spine-tingling.
And I mean, this year I think was an exceptional year, wasn't it? We're probably not going to see that again.
Yeah.
So
no, it's amazing.
okay.
Well, aside from the pros and obviously their incredible performances this year, we now want to focus on things that we've done.
Yes, I think
so
that
yeah,
sounds
what
good.
were our favourite videos of this year? Heather, you go first.
Well, I'm going to go for, again, one that I was in, but it's not so much, definitely not about me, this video. I had the chance to sit down with Lionel Sanders and do a really, what I thought was interesting video, and he gave us, dedicated his time, and just really, he's someone who's so open and honest about his training, and this was for the video of indoor training secrets with Lionel Sanders, and he just talked so openly, like didn't avoid any questions I asked him, and it's just a really great insight into how such an incredible athlete trains, and I just found it really fascinating.
He is a very open athlete. I think he's quite an interesting character.
And because he is so different in the way he trains to some of the other athletes, and he's not sort of worried about that, and he's not hiding anything. And I just found it I was literally just sat there and just could have spoken to him all day. So that for me was a really great moment.
Yeah. Well, mine has to be my battle with Cy Richardson. So we did a runner versus cyclist video where I was running on foot, racing against Cy whilst he was on a bike. And this was actually part of an organised event. So
a pretty technical course.
A very technical course, so a cyclocross course basically. And I had the lead for a majority of the race, and it was only at the end that he caught me, and then we were toing and throwing as I would run past him up the hills, and he'd catch me sort of on the descent. And it literally came to a sprint finish down a hill, which I think a lot of people didn't actually think was real, but it genuinely did come to a sprinting around the last corner into the finish shoot. And I think that was just brilliant because it's something that everyone has noticed, that we've got this competitive edge within both of us, and we both got to
it's definitely
sort of
a
battle
great.
it.
And would you do it again?
Oh, yeah, it was definitely, it was great race.
Fraser, what about you? Your moments are shorter to choose from, I guess.
They are, and I don't quite have the spectrum of videos to draw upon as you two do. That being said, I really enjoyed our presenter challenge video that we did in Lanzarote, where all three of us were giving the course a little bit of a shot. So
you didn't enjoy that whole time on the bike. I mean, how
some
many
enjoyed
hours?
it more than others. As well.
5 hours is maybe a little bit too long to be enjoying something, but yeah, it was a good day.
Well, I mean, that's 3 great videos. I suggest you check all of them out, but I mean, I'm vying towards potentially the course record video.
Yeah.
Because we're all in it.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean you might not. I'm not sure because your experience was a little.
It was an emotional day